Hey, what's up, guys? It's gonna be my Night of Champions 2012 pay-per-view review. And overall, like I said in my predictions, this card looked like a card that could have been enjoyable, and in my opinion, it was enjoyable. I think the pay-per-view delivered. I found it to be an entertaining one, and I'm happy. I'm satisfied by the way that WWE delivered this pay-per-view. Now, we started backstage in the pre-show where Booker T was interviewed, and he was pretty much talking about, the bro kick and how it was banned. And he was saying how he takes the world title seriously, but him being in the GM spot, he also has to be concerned about the safety of the wrestlers and their well-being and whatnot. So for right now, until he furthers his investigation, the bro kick is still banned for tonight's match. Then afterwards, we go on to the Battle Royal, which, remember, the winner got a shot at Antonio Cesaro's U.S. title. We had Brodus Clay, Epico, Primo, Tenzai, Zack, Ryder, the Primetime Player, Jinder Mahal, JTG, Tyson Kidd, Drew McIntyre, the returning Ted DiBiase, Heath Slater, and Santino Marella. The winner was Ryder. He picked up the win after he eliminated Tenzai. Whatever. Like I said in my predictions, I wasn't going to be surprised if we had someone like Ryder or Santino win it. But, I don't know, in my opinion, you should have had someone like DiBiase or Kidd win it. And plus, it was a waste to have DiBiase return. You should just have him return on SmackDown on Raw, because I think DiBiase was either the third or the fourth man who got eliminated. So I think that's kind of pointless, but whatever. So yeah, Ryder won when he eliminated Tenzai. I forgot how he eliminated Tenzai. So whatever, doesn't really matter. Then afterwards, after the Battle Royal, Matthews came in the ring, and he's like, Ryder, how do you feel about your chances against Cesaro? Do you think you're gonna need this momentum to have your second U.S. title run? And he's like, ooh, you know it. So yeah, go fuck yourself, Ryder. And afterwards, we go into Matthews again, and he's in the locker rooms. He's outside of CM Punk's locker room. He's like, let's see if we can get an interview with the champ. Paul Heyman comes in, and Matthews asks him, hey, I forgot what he asked him. Damn it. I think he's like, CM Punk, like, how does he feel about tonight's match or something like that. He's like, can I ask you how CM Punk feels about tonight's match? And Heyman's like, you just did ask me, so don't take my word for it, because I don't think that's what he asked him. I forgot what he asked him, so it was something like that, but Heyman blew him off. Then afterwards, we go into the pay-per-view, which started, and you had Michael Cole he had fantastic news about Lawler. And he was explaining how Lawler was feeling better, he was doing much better, and how later on throughout the week he was going to go back to his hometown of Memphis. So that's a relief to hear, thank God. And then after we hear the news about Lawler, Cole was saying, hey, you would never guess who Lawler's replacement is, and out comes JBL. So a huge reaction from the crowd. Glad to see JBL back in commentary. I think he's gold, so I'm glad he's the special guest or the replacement until Lawler feels better or come back to commentary. So then afterwards, after JBL is saying, hey, I'm glad to be back, and it'll be a fun night, and yada yada yada. So then afterwards, we go on to the Intercontinental Championship four-way, The Miz versus Mysterio, which is Sin Cara versus Cody Rhodes to open up the show. And overall, it was a whatever, fair four-way. It was okay, to say the least. It was kind of dull, and then it kind of picked up somewhat. And towards the end, I think during like the last 3 minutes, it picked up, in my opinion. But ending came when Sin Cara got out a mask and he tried to put it on Rhodes, but then Miz attacked Cara, and I think Miz went for like a buckle bomb. I'm not sure, something like that. But then Sin Cara countered and he put the mask on Miz instead. Rhodes then came from behind and he hit the crossroads on Sin Cara. No, was it on this? Yeah, it was on Sin Cara. And then Rhodes, out of nowhere, gets attacked from Miz from behind while Miz was still wearing the mask. He gets a skull crush finale. And then 1, 2, 3, Miz pins Rhodes to retain the title. Overall, it was, like I said, whatever, fatal four-way. But yeah, Miz retains. And then afterwards, we go on to backstage where the primetime players were complaining to Eve about how they weren't on the pay-per-view. They should be out with the Boston crowd chanting millions of dollars. And Eve was like, hey, I can't do anything about that. And then some trainer or some guy, whatever, comes in and tells Eve, hey, something happened with Caitlyn. Eve goes to see what happened with Caitlyn. Caitlyn's like, someone attacked me with a mask. And I think my ankle's broken and whatnot. And but Caitlyn and Eve was saying, hey, look, you can't compete. Let's take you to the trainer's room. And Caitlyn was like, hey, wait, but I have a match. And Eve was like, you know what, forget about that. We'll reschedule it and whatnot. So then after that, we go on to the WWE Tag Team Champions match. Kofi, Kingston, and R-Truth. There's Daniel Bryan and Kane. This was entertaining for the fact that we had Daniel Bryan and Kane. You know, just the way that they were trying to coexist was hilarious. You know, at one point they're working perfectly. At another point, Daniel Bryan and Kane were losing their minds and they were turning on each other. And then at one point as well, they hugged it out. So these two are going to be one hell of a tag team. Not for the fact that they're going to be amazing wrestlers and whatnot. No, just for their entertaining, the entertaining factor that these two are going to have. So like I said, this match is actually worth seeing. Is worth seeing just for Daniel Bryan and Kane and the way that they were just acting as a tag team. So then, ending came when Kofi Kingston went for a Hurricane off the top rope, but Daniel Bryan was holding Kane's leg, so Kofi couldn't hit it. So then afterwards, Kofi, he fell down, and then Bryan got pissed, and he just like shoved Kane off the rope, and Kane came down like in a frog splash type of thing, like in a splash, not a frog splash, but like he came down on a splash onto Kofi, and then the ref pinned 1, 2, 3, and we had Daniel Bryan and Kane as the new tag team champions, which was great. Like I said, these two are going to be one hell of an entertaining team. And then afterwards, you know, you had Daniel Bryan. He was cheering, I'm the tag team champions. I'm the tag team champions. And then Kane, he also got in the ring. He's like, no, I'm the tag team champions. I'm the tag team champions. And then they just kept on arguing from there. Then afterwards, you go on to Booker T and Teddy Long, and they were discussing the tag team match. And then Eve comes along and says, hey, Caitlyn's not doing so well, so we're going to have to replace that match. And Booker's like, you know what, I'll give it to you. You beat Caitlyn a week ago, and I think he said that you were the runner-up in the Battle Royal or something like that. So you know what, I'll give it to you. Congratulations. Here's your little bonus. Now, now you have your shot of the Divas title against Layla later on tonight. Eve was appreciative over that, yada yada yada. Then afterwards you go into the United States Championship match on Cesaro versus Zack Ryder. I'm actually not a big fan of this match. It was kind of boring. You know, it lost me for a second there. Although it was kind of cool when Cesaro hit that uppercut on Ryder. And I think that was the only cool spot I remember from that match. Yeah, Cesaro hitting that uppercut on Ryder was the only spot I actually remember from that match, because, I don't know, it just lost my interest. And at the end, Cesaro retained once he hit the neutralizer on Ryder. Like I said, whatever. Nothing too special there. Then we go on to Dolph Ziggler versus Randy Orton. Great match. Like I said in the predictions, these two had a good match on SmackDown. They had a good match on Raw. And this one shouldn't disappoint either. And it didn't. Amazing match between Orton and Ziggler. But the ending, Ziggler tried to go for the sleeper hold, but then Orton countered it, and then he shot up Ziggler, and then once he was coming down, hit him with the RKO. That was sick. 1, 2, 3, Orton gets the win. I don't know. I said that it would be pointless to have Orton win, which it is if you think about it. You know, there's no need to have Orton go over. Should have had Ziggler go over. I mean, sure, they had him go over on Raw, but, you know, it was a roll through. Here, they could easily just put Ziggler over by him hitting the zigzag or, you know, the sleeper, but whatever. Like I said, overall, even though it was pointless to have Orton win, the match was great nonetheless. And then afterwards, we go on to the Divas Championship match, Layla versus Eve, whatever. And, another whatever Divas match. Then he came when Layla went for a springboard, but Eve got out of the way, and then afterwards, Eve hit like a net breaker type of thing on Layla. 1, 2, 3. Eve, we have a new Divas champion. And then afterwards, we go on backstage with Daniel Bryan, Dr. Shelby, Kane, and AJ are, well, first it was Daniel Bryan. He was coming with the belt. He was saying, I'm the tag team champion. I'm the tag team champion. He saw AJ. He got in AJ's face. I'm the tag team champion. I'm the tag team champion. And then he saw Dr. Shelby, and he was saying how I'm the tag team champion again. And Dr. Shelby's like, yeah, you are. Congratulations on your win. Then afterwards, Kane came along, and he was saying, "No, I'm the tag team champions again." And and then came. He got in the middle of it, or she got in the middle of it, and saying, "Hey, look, you two, I put you in anger management. I put you in a tag team match. You guys won the tag belts, and you can't even get along. Come on, for the love of God, just agree for once." And Shelby was like, "Hey, Bryan, how about you say something nice to Kane?" Bryan's like, "Congratulations." Shook hands, and then Kane, and then it was Kane's turn to say something nice to Bryan, but Kane just walked off, and he's like, "You see, this is why I'm the tag team champions." And then Kane came with with Gatorade all over Daniel Bryan, all over Shelby, and all over AJ, and that was funny. And then afterwards, Kane's like, "Hey, you know what I have to say about this? I'm going to Disneyland." So that was pretty funny. Then afterwards, we go on to the World Heavyweight Championship match. Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio. Before the match started, Booker T came out and said, "Hey, you know what? I furthered my investigation on the bro kick, and my final decision will be, you know what? It's not banned. Let's get this match started." So yeah, the bro kick was legal now to use, and overall the match is actually okay. You know, I'm not a huge fan of this feud. You know, I just can't stand that anymore. But I think it's funny the way that Del Rio and Sheamus improve on their matches, pay-per-view after pay-per-view. SummerSlam, their match at SummerSlam was better than their match at Money in the Bank, and now Night of Champions, this match was better than the one they had at SummerSlam. So I find it to be pretty funny how they improved. But I like the way how they teased that Sheamus was gonna tap to Del Rio's armbar. They teased it twice, and it looked pretty good, actually, the way they teased it. But then afterwards, the ending came when Sheamus, out of nowhere, would hit the bro kick, 1, 2, 3. And that's it, you know. No Ziggler tease or whatever. No Wade Barrett coming in, laying out Sheamus. So hopefully this is the end for this Del Rio and Sheamus feud. You know, and also, if they just put Sheamus and Del Rio one more time in Hell in a Cell, I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me, actually, but hopefully this is the end. And then afterwards, we go on to the main event, which everyone was waiting for, the WWE Championship Match, CM Punk vs. John Cena. And man, what a fucking match. Punk and Cena, again, they didn't disappoint this time. Why would they? Match was all over the place. Before the match started, we had Paul Heyman, you know, he was just talking about CM Punk and how he was a Paul Heyman guy, and then CM Punk came out with a New York Yankees attire, which I thought was hilarious. The trunks and everything, New York Yankees style, and they were in Boston, so I found that to be hilarious. And for the match itself, like I was saying, it was all over the place. Great match, another classic put on by Punk and Cena. Loved the way that they were teasing who's going to leave the championship. You know, if it was Cena, Cena kept on giving it 8 after 8, but Punk still kicked out. STF, Punk squirmed out. And same thing with Punk, GTS after GTS, Cena kicked out, Anaconda Vice, Cena powered out, and at one point, Punk even gave Cena the rock bottom, which is that was cool, but Cena still kicked out. But then the ending came when Cena hit the German suplex off the top rope onto CM Punk. 1, 2, 3, it looked like Cena won the WWE Championship. You know, he was outside, he was celebrating with the crowd and whatnot. But then when he came back in the ring, it looked like the ref was gonna raise Cena's hand, but no, he took the title away from Cena. And they said that both competitors' shoulder were down for the count of 3. So in that case, it was a draw. And Cena was like, "Hey, really? What do I get out of this?" And Punk just left with Heyman saying he was the best in the world. Like that smirk that Punk has on him always. So that's going to be good. That's going to lead, obviously, to the rematch of Hell in a Cell. Can't wait to see what happens there. Like I said, overall, really enjoyed Night of Champions. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. And that's about it. I'll catch you on the flip side later.